Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is on this eyeshadow look right here. I couldn't help but play with it before I showed you guys. But today is the Morphe 39S palette. It's such a gem palette. Obviously it's gems, purples, pinks. There's some neutrals in here, but mostly purples and pinks. Purples and pinks are my favorite colorful eyeshadow looks to do. Like, I feel like I always do them like off camera. Obviously not on camera because you have to do different things for videos, but I love purples and pinks together. Also with my like platinum hair, and I always wear black, so it just like all looks so cohesive and like aesthetic-y. I love it. This palette retails for $35. Usually their 39 shade palettes are $39, but for some odd reason this is $35. I don't know why. But you could also use discount codes from other YouTubers on morphe.com for 10% off. But yeah, this is the Such a Gem palette. I don't think it's like all hyped up yet. I don't know if anyone hypes up Morphe anymore. I love Morphe. I love their eyeshadow palettes for the most part. Sometimes they're really bad and sometimes they're really good. If you guys want to learn how I got this eyeshadow look, then just keep watching. So I'm going to start off with my Painterly Paint Pot by MAC as my eyeshadow primer. Next, after doing my eyeshadow primer, I'm just going to set it with some powder. I'm just going to use my translucent powder by Hourglass, that Veil one. I just want to set it just because I don't want it to move like whatsoever. Even though it is like a dry primer, I still like to have like an even base. So I'm just going to start off with, oh, Jesus, this palette's so big. I'm going to start off with this shade right here. This is going to be my transition shade color. For my transition shade color, I'm going to use my Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH30 brush. It's just a very big, fluffy blending brush. I like this for transition colors because it just gets it like blown out and like everywhere. And that's like my favorite. And I just keep building up that color because I don't want to lose it. Even though I'm feeling I will, I always do. For the next shade, I'm going to go in with this hot pink right here with my Morphe M433 brush. And I'm just going to put this in the crease area. I'm kind of like going to pack it and then sweep it a little bit just to blow it out, but still keep that color there. I honestly, you guys, see, look how pigmented this is. When I played with this palette the other day, I fell in love because not only is it like good, but there's purples in here, and let me tell you, the purples actually work. The shade is called Berry Good. I find that odd because it's pink, but okay, that's fine. And there's like barely any fallout. That's the best part. These are like literally so creamy. I love this palette. So it's actually been a while since I've filmed any like makeup tutorials or eyeshadow tutorials, I suppose, because I don't really do my full face on camera anymore. It's been a while, so if I'm like really awkward and like weird in this, it's because I'm not used to it anymore. I have to like, I don't know, I have to hype myself up before I film, or else I'm like very awkward and weird, and I didn't do that today. I was just like watching videos and I'm like, oh, I probably have time to film today. I should probably do that. But yeah, I'm still going with Very Good. I'm just grabbing it and kind of like sweeping it a little bit, like still blending, but like packing at the same time. I'm not really good at explaining things. But yeah, so the last video that I filmed was a mukbang video. That was a week ago, a couple weeks ago. And then before that were makeup tutorial ones, but those are actually very old, like a couple months old. I've just had no motivation to like sit down and do makeup, and since this palette has come out, I do now. But yeah, I have another video on my computer right now that I'm attempting to edit. It's a good video, but I also don't like how my eyeshadow blended out. It didn't blend out that well on camera. It looks really good in person, but on camera it didn't like turn out as well. So I might still like upload that one just because it was very informational. And I think you guys would like it. I just don't like how my eyeshadow turned out, which you guys probably wouldn't even care. You just want to know what I did. Now, next I'm going to take my Morphe Jeffree Star JS5 brush. It's like a blending brush. I'm going to go back into that transition color, the lightest pink. It's called Pink Prize. I'm going to take quite a bit of it, and I'm going to blend out these edges. Okay, so now that we have done Pink Prize again on the outskirts, I'm going to take a Morphe M433 brush again. Oh, this is a MAC 217. MAC 217 and Morphe M433 are the exact same brush. No joke, like the exact same. So if you guys have a MAC counter near you and you don't have a Morphe store, just get the MAC 217 brush. It's the exact same. But I'm going to go into the darkest purple shade, which is called Make It Rain. Let me show you the shade real quick. Right here, it's called Make It Rain. So I'm actually gonna put this in the crease area. Look at that purple. This is like, and it's a purple, but it's almost kind of like a royal blue purple, which is really pretty. But I'm going to take that in my crease area right here, like the lower crease area, and blend it and pack and blend at the same time, because we're gonna do a cut crease with this and it's gonna look so sharp and so pretty. Cannot wait. I'm actually gonna take an M506 brush. It's just a very, very small detail blending brush. I usually use it on my lower lash line. I'm gonna take that purple and actually go in here, just because I remember that's what I did last time. It's nice, but it actually isn't performing as well as it did the first time, which is alarming. So we're just gonna keep going on because maybe I was just having a really good like makeup day. I don't know. Like this purple is actually starting to look a little patchy, which is not okay. That ain't it, sis. Okay, that's so weird. This purple's turning out so much better than this one. Okay. I'm gonna take this Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH34 brush. It's like very like skinny tapered. I'm gonna go back into that hot pink, what is it called? Very Good. I find that so weird. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna blend. Okay, I'm gonna take my MAC 217 brush into that purple. And I'm not too worried about the lid area because we're gonna cut the crease anyways and add more purple, so that area doesn't really like matter. What matters is just like the crease area, making it deep enough, like more depth to it, so that when I do cut the crease, it looks bomb. Okay, so one last time I'm gonna take my Morphe M433 brush into that hot pink, and I'm going to add it right above the purple. I'm not gonna try and like touch the purple that much. And then one last time, I'm gonna take that Jeffree Star brush that we used before into that transition color, and I'm just going to do very, very lightly on that pink that we just added. I just wanna blend it out more. So I decided that I'm gonna do my cut crease off camera, and yeah, I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, you guys, as you can see, this eye is done and this eye is still not done whatsoever. What happened was my camera died and I went to switch the battery out. I look ridiculous right now. I look like I'm on like Avengers or something. But I went to go switch my camera battery out for like my backup one and they were both dead. So I decided to finish off this eye because when I was cutting my crease, the concealer started transferring and it was like a hot mess. So I just decided to just finish it off and do the other eye with you guys because I was not about to ruin my eye makeup. We're gonna do this eye together. So I put down a shadow shield because the purple does like fall kind of a little bit. So I didn't want to like ruin my base makeup because I always do my base makeup before I do my eyes. I can't do my eyes and my base. It just feels weird. You know, I can't do that. It's not like my style. So we are going to do this eye together. So first I'm going to do my MAC 217 brush that has purple left over on it. I'm going to dip back into that purple. And I'm going to go on this outer edge and pull it like all together out here. And add it right here. I can be sloppy with this because I'm going to be adding shimmers right next to it to blend it seamlessly. So I'm gonna be messy with it right here. And I have a shadow shield. Okay, so next I'm gonna use my Morphe M167 brush. It's a flat one again. I'm going to dip into this shimmery purple right here. Then I'm going to spray it with my MAC Fix Plus. And I'm going to add it right here to blend that matte purple with a shimmery purple. The next shade I'm going to go into is this like lilac purple right here. It's very shimmery. I'm going to use my Morphe M166 brush. It's a little bit bigger than the last one, but it's the same kind. This shadow right here is like a little putty feeling, and it doesn't come off as pigmented as a normal shimmery shadow, so I'm assuming it's more of like a topper. So I'm gonna add that right next to it. It doesn't, I don't know if you can tell, but it doesn't actually give off that much payoff, which is kind of sad and a little frustrating because like how many other ones in here are toppers, you know? Like I'm not paying for a palette of toppers, I'm paying for a palette of eyeshadows. And the next shade, I'm just gonna go in with the same brush. I'm gonna go in with, where is it at? This palette is so big. Okay, this pink one right here. I guess that's what I've kind of noticed with this palette. You have to dig into the shimmery shades, and I kind of feel like that's not how it should be. But I just wet it with my MAC Fix Plus, and then we are gonna go right next to that purple Wow, that's coming off way more than I did on this eye. But you see, like, it's not as pigmented, and I don't know, that's kind of annoying. Okay, so the very next shade we're gonna go into is this one right here. It's very putty. The middle row is very, very putty feeling, and it breaks really easily. So I'm assuming that these are also topper shades, so it's like a nice pink. I'm going to also wet it. I'm going to add it right on top. Oops, see, it's all falling off the brush. Right on top of this whole lid. And then I'm going to take my Morphe M433 brush that I used for the purple, and I'm going to add just a little bit more right here just to blend it. Now I'm going to take off this shadow shield. Look at that nice crisp line though. So for the lower lash line, I'm gonna take the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH40 brush. It's a little pencil brush. Always use for the lower lash line. I'm gonna take that hot pink color that we used earlier right up here. I'm gonna take that down here and blend it all the way up here. I'm gonna take it all the way into the inner corner. All the way up here and connect it to over here. Next, I'm going to take my definer brush. It's the Morphe M432 brush. I'm going to dip into that dark purple like we've been using this whole time. I'm going to tightline the lower lash line and connect it right up here. I'm going to do my liner, lashes, and mascara off camera. I'm going to come back and talk about this palette, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to add some highlight because I'm feeling really flat and like dull, especially with my eyes being like this crazy. So yeah, I'm going to do my liner, lashes, and mascara off camera, and I will be right back. Alright you guys, I am back from doing my liner, lashes, and mascara off camera, but for my lashes, I used Emmy lashes. I got them from the makeup stop in California in the style Foolish. That's what I'm wearing right now. I really, really like them. They're just like the Morphe ones, except they're a little bit more like wispier than like thick, you know? So that's what I used for my lashes. Now next, for my highlighter, I picked up when I was in California again at the makeup stop. I picked up Ofra Cosmetics in Rodeo Drive. I've never had any Ofra Cosmetics products ever, like ever. And I've been using this so much lately and I'm obsessed with it. Like this highlighter, that's what I put it on my collarbones, my like shoulders to give me more of like wow, that was like the worst stutter ever. A good glow. But yeah, I'm gonna add that to my cheeks. And I also use this BH Cosmetics #1 brush. I got it in like a pack. I love it because it's actually smaller than those M501 brushes from Morphe. And it just is like more precise. So I'm going to dig into this like a lot. I love this highlighter. I'm gonna take my MAC Fix Plus and I'm gonna spray that highlighter on my brush. And I'm going to apply it to my cheekbones. Like, isn't this like Instagram baddie glow? Like, okay. Take it above my eyebrow. Not taking too much of it. I'm not spraying it because I don't want it to be like really out there. Okay, so now that I have my highlighter on, it is now time for lips. Like I said in like all my other videos, since I do such bold eyes, I don't like to do a bold lip with it. I'm just gonna use my Morphe matte lipstick in Wifey. it's such like a peach nude. I actually want to take Baddest Beige by Maybelline, and I just want to put it right on top just to give it a little bit more like shine and a little bit more pink to it. I actually didn't like do too much, but this is a really pretty nude like color. It's like close to my skin tone. Okay, so last but not least, I'm going to do my inner corner highlight. I'm going to use the exact same highlighter that I used for my face, Rodeo Drive, just to make it all one like cohesive blindness. Alright you guys, I am done doing my whole entire face, and now it's kind of like a review over this palette. This is the 39S Such a Gem palette. It's basically all pinks and purples and just a few like neutral tones to it. I think this is so pretty. These middle shades are very putty, like this one's like falling apart. This is the one I used all over my eyelid. These are really putty, so I think you really need to, look how pretty that is. These are very putty, so if you guys dig in them, don't be worried when you see it like falling, like crumbling a little bit, because I think they're supposed to be that putty consistency. So that's how these ones are. This one didn't show up very, like barely at all, and this one also has kind of a putty substance as well. So I don't know if these are supposed to be like toppers or what. I'm gonna play around with this again. Like I said earlier, I did this eye look on myself without filming, with nothing, and it turned out so good. And then when I was doing it today, I was having so many issues. Like it still turned out very pretty, but I was having more issues today than I did the other day just doing it on my own. So I don't know if it's me, like I'm nervous because I'm in front of a camera doing it, or if it's like the deeper you get into the pan, it like gets not as good, like shittier. We'll see. I'm probably gonna do another look with this for my next video, probably, because this is like the newest eyeshadow palette that I have. But yeah, I think these are really pretty. This is like a glitter, a pressed glitter. It's so pretty, but when you swatch it, it is very crumbly again. So I think you need to use like a glitter glue with this shade, because it's not going to just magically appear on your eye. No streakiness, no nothing. Like you really do need to add a glitter glue base to it so it sticks to your eye and doesn't look like crap. This is the Such a Gem palette. I love this. I'm probably going to use it over and over and over and over and over and over again. I think it's so pretty. The only thing that I hate about this palette is that the names are on this little plastic thing, which I'm actually gonna go out and get like a little white, like thin marker and write on it, just so I know, me, myself, and I know the names, and actually be able to just say like, hey, I'm gonna go back in with Posh Boss, or, you know, Bougie. These are really cool names too. Like, these are pretty nice. Yeah, so this Such a Gem is $35. Yet I'm gonna go back, and the James Charles palette is $39, and it's exact same like kind. They're all like the exact same rows and stuff. So I don't know if it's because this might have a little bit more toppers to it, or because the James Charles palette is the James Charles palette and he can charge whatever he wants to it. This is $35. You can get a 10% off with any YouTuber's code, and it'll be probably like, I don't even know how much that is off of a palette. But yeah, do I recommend getting this palette? No. I mean, if you already have like the 35B palette, you're set. If you have the Take Me Back to Brazil palette by BH Cosmetics, you're set. If you have the James Charles palette, you're set. This is just pinks and purples, and I'm obsessed with pink and purple eyeshadow looks. I do it all the time, like off camera, this is what I wear. On camera, I try not to do this many pink and purple looks, because I know you have to switch it up and you can't do the same thing every day. But I like this palette because I use those colors so much. Like in my BH Cosmetics palette, I've already hit pan on a couple of the pinks. Like I love the pink color on my eyes, especially with my hair. I usually almost always wear black. So I can, and I do that on purpose. I wear black a lot so that I can do really cool eye looks, so that it looks all like nice and like all like, I look like all like one. Not clashing colors, like if I'm wearing a blue shirt and I decide to do a pink and purple and orange eye look, like that doesn't really look good together. So yeah, this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, me struggling with my battery and stuff. But yeah, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you haven't already. You should hit that notification bell because then it will update you every time I upload a new video. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!